Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to the Show Up, Rise Up Show. Happy Friday. How are we all doing? Please do say hello if you're here. You are in the right place. Joe Gilbert, quick off the mark. Good morning. Hello. Thank you for joining me. You are in the right place. Don't worry. Please come through. Please come in, get a cuddle, say hello. Tell me how your week's been. It's Shake Your Bums. It's Friday. Share your wins with me. Obviously, as you can see, I am not Dani Wallace. The Queen Bee is out on royal duty today. Oh, hi, Jojo. Good morning. Jojo's a little bit under the weather bee today, so I hope you feel better soon, Jojo. Big love to you. Hi, Amy. Oh, I can see some faces from the challenge coming through. Good morning. So, hi, everyone. As you can see, I am not Dani Wallace. I am Danielle Hanson from Pretty Practical Business. I help people build businesses on strong foundations. I help people to look at their strategy and look at all their systems and align everything so that they can work in flow rather than resistance and grow their business and enjoy it being the main thing. So I work behind the scenes here at IATQB. Morning, Tammy. Morning, Joe. Hi. Oh, everybody's here. Hello. Oh, thank you. There's so many people joining. That's great. That's me. So for those of you who took part in the challenge, or for those of you who are regulars here, you might have seen my face before. If you're over in the IATQB Hive, you'll have seen my face before. I am a member of Team IATQB. We have had a big week in the Hive this week. It has been amazing. Where are the 20%ers come through? Good morning, Michelle. Can see a lot of 20%ers actually in the comments. Hello. Well done, everyone, for the challenge this week. It was absolutely brilliant. Everybody did amazing. Tell us your wins. Tell us how you're feeling. Share it with me. Tell me what the weather's doing, all that good stuff. While we, just for a couple of minutes, have a little chat, and then I'm going to bring on the fabulous Louisa from Mama's Ignited. Amy's a 20% here. Good morning. Well done. It was brilliant. We had more than 20%, I think, of 20%ers. So Amy's saying she's loved this week. I've really, it's been a good challenge. I'm really glad you've enjoyed it, Amy. Jojo's saying, fairy godmother down after the COVID jab, but sending positive Friday vibes. Always the positivity from Jojo. So I have hosted the show before. Feel free to tell me what the weather's like. I was going to say I've hosted the show before, because last time I attempted to draw the weather and the weather bees, it didn't go down very well. No, it did. It was all right. But let's say that drawing's not a strong point. I'll stick to businessing. Tell me what the weather's like, where you are. We've got people coming through. It's all good. So I'll let people sort of come through with that in the comments, but I'm going to bring on Louisa, because Louisa, it's going to be a slightly shorter show this morning, because Louisa does need to jump off about 10:10. So we'll wrap up a little bit early. I can see her backstage with the pom-poms. I'm excited. That was the other thing I want to say to people. How is everybody feeling? Because I am feeling good. At the minute, I feel like, I don't know whether it's the announcement or whether it's like the optimism in the air or what, but I know there's like moon things going on. And I'm very intrigued by them, but I'm not going to pretend to know what I'm talking about. I know there's like the Mercury's not in retrograde or something or something like that, and I think it's supposed to be a good thing. But usually when people talk, like when people start mentioning the moon, it's always about like, it always seems to be like a down thing, like, something funky is going on, it must be the moon. But actually I'm feeling good, and I feel like everyone around me is feeling good too. So Amy's feeling really pumped at the minute. Me too. I don't know, again, and it's actually sunny there in Norwich. Fabulous. I don't know, again, whether it's the news or whether, again, if you're in the Hive and you've seen me, you'll know that I shared my little bit of news recently that I'm expecting, and I've been really suffering with morning sickness, and it's sort of starting to lift, although I have told Louisa that we've agreed a secret signal if she needs to hold down the fort. I don't know if it's sort of that starting to lift, the sun's starting to come through, the spring flowers are sort of starting to come, so I don't know if it's that or the moon or what, but let me know how you're feeling and what your thoughts are. And on that note, I'm going to bring in the fabulous, excited Louisa from Mama's Ignited. Good morning.
Hey, give me
Hey!
an M. Give me an
M. A.
Give me an S. Give me an A. What does it spell? Mama!
Mama! Oh, I love it. This is going to be fun.
Please, honest to God, lifelong dream. I was a cheerleader last night on Joe Swan's Dare to Be Seen challenge, and I was just loving my life. So until, may I say, Emily swiped a full pint of milk over on my lap, all over my brand new office chair, and all over the floor, and I just sat in a pint of milk, like,
yay!
That's motherhood summed up, isn't it? From cheerleading to sat in a pint of milk. So,
I love it. Good morning. That reminds me then quick that I saw this. I don't know if anyone follows me on Instagram. I posted on my stories the other day this like reel or something that this American mum had done, and I found it so funny. She sat in the car and she must have like, I don't know, like a youngish daughter, but her daughter said, "Mum, I can't wait till I'm grown up and I can do whatever I want." And she was like, how am I going to break this bubble to her? And then she said, at that exact moment, she's American, I'll try my best. At that exact moment, my son shouted, "Mom, come like my mum!" And she went, "Yeah, honey, it's great." And I was like, that is
mom, it's great. I said to somebody, one of my met some, she's wrote her own book, Beck's Mum's the Word. We'll have to get her on here, she's fab. And it's like the warts and all version of motherhood. And I've been speaking to her on Insta and everything. She came into one of my groups, and I've connected with her. And we were talking about the truth of motherhood. And she was like, "Yeah, I accidentally dropped shit in my baby's mouth." And I was like, once Emily shit in my fringe, and she was like, "That's the best thing you've ever said to me." Once Emily shit in my fringe, and I'm like, "Yeah, that's motherhood." They don't put that in the guides, do they?
It's brilliant. Do you know? I love when I became a mum. I've already got a little one who's 5. And when I became a mum, I was just so into the real mum talk. Like all these mums, like, "Oh, my baby's sleeping through, and my baby does this, and my baby naps," and I was like, "My baby shits you guys." I am tired.
Anyway, congratulations on your impending loss of sleep. And
thank you.
I'm so pleased for you.
On a positive note, I think you're having a bit of signal trouble, but on a positive note, my 5-year-old reckons that she's going to get up in the night and sort it all out. So I was like, winner, not a problem.
Oh, are you struggling with my signal?
Yeah, you're sort of a little bit dodgy. Is anybody seeing that? Let's just catch up a couple of minutes. With Jojo saying drinks and Louisa, I'm laughing. Amy says, "Have kids," they said. "It'll be fun," they said. I totally agree, Amy. Brilliant. But I think it's so important to be honest.
Sorry, Danielle, I've only just twigged what Jojo means, drinks and me. Yeah, every time I'm on a call to Joe, I spill a drink. Literally, I am the house of spill. So sorry, I've been a bit slow there. Sorry to interrupt you, Danielle. Sorry, carry on.
No, it's all right. I was just going to say, I really do think that it's so important that we are honest with each other as mums, that we don't, like, I think it's really important to have, I could not have survived without my mum friends. No. And I think it's really important to be honest with each other as mum friends and tell each other the truth stuff and laugh about it.
Absolutely.
But also to have that sort of thing outside of being a mum as well, which leads on actually really nicely to Mama's Ignited. Tell us, we're just chatting here. Tell us about what you do.
I know, I forgot we're not actually here to do a show, not just to have a chat. Yes, so I am Louisa from Mama's Ignited. And I'm a reinvention and empowerment coach supporting women to find their spark and ignite that fire inside you so that you can be more, feel more, do more, and be the woman that you really want to be. And this came from, my story goes back, I'm not going to regale you with the whole story, but from being a mum, the struggle to find myself, it's taken me 5 years, really. And from postnatal depression through escaping a domestic abusive relationship, court battles, a breakdown, like it's been a long 5 years, and I've taken now the time for me, and by prioritizing me, mindfulness, well-being, focusing on my mindset, I have literally reignited, and now I want to share that mission with so many other mums, because It's
That's
in us all.
amazing. You can see it, Louisa, like just giving a little brief snippet of your last 5 years and looking at you today, you can see that you must have been through such a huge transformation. I've only sort of recently come into each other's worlds, haven't we? Maybe in the last 6 months or so. And you just strike me as such a positive person and such an energetic and bright person. Yeah, obviously, I know a little bit about your story. You're one of our speakers at Be Inspired, which is, I can't wait, it's amazing. We'll talk about that in a minute. Yeah, and I've read the snippet of your book that you posted the other day. Yeah, and it's unbelievable, the things that you've been through. And you are, Joe says this mama is defo ignited.
100%. And
so true.
Yeah, that extract from the book was 12 months ago when I was literally metaphorically and physically on the floor, and I'd won a court battle. It's on my page if anybody wants to go and read it, Mama's Ignited on Facebook. And I won a court battle, and I was violently assaulted by my ex-partner. We'd been separated for 12 months, and it was a narcissistic control battle in his own head. The more I tried to gain my own freedom and control, the more irrational and out of sorts he became, which ended really badly. And anyway, he was prosecuted, and we've been through court, and I've got protection. Emily's got he's got no access to Emily, but it was a horrific. It's coming up to 2 years since the assault, and it broke me. It really broke me. And you know, it's all that how somebody that you've loved and trusted can do that to you. But also for me, it was the dream of the 2.4 family. And I think that's something that I've realized through Mama's Ignited, is that I've been striving like for 40 years for a false reality. I've been striving for this perfect 2.4 family, and actually it doesn't exist. Well, it doesn't for me, it might for other people, but I'm the happiest now I've ever been on my own with Emily, doing what I want to do, and that fire is ignited, and I don't need that validation from anybody else anymore. And
I completely believe that. Yeah.
And this has come through writing. I'm a writer and now as a speaker, so speaking out and supporting other mums. And the extract that you read was a collaborative book that was published in November, Pride, and it was the hardest thing I've ever done, writing that. I left it. Dani's been talking about this in the challenge this week, the freeze. I was seriously in freeze because writing that story was it was so painful. I was having panic attacks while I was writing it.
Wow.
But I pushed on. But since I've released it out, it's, oh my gosh, as it woken me up, and suddenly I now am using my story, and I don't Dani always says you don't have to unpack your shit for everyone. I don't feel now that I need to be validated. Like I felt for ages that people needed to understand I was a victim, this shouldn't have happened to me. And now I'm like, yeah, it happened to me, but that's just like one small part of my story. That there's way more beyond that.
Yeah, hear me saying, Louisa, I hear and feel everything you say. You are one strong woman, and I completely agree. You really, really are. So I would love to. You've had, well, there's so much we could talk about. You've had a massive year, but tell us a little bit more about the how, the what, like how have you done that? So like you've come this year, you've sort of stormed onto the scene, and Mama's Ignite is just an amazing thing. You're an embodiment of it. And clearly it works, and clearly it's needed. So tell us a little bit about it.
So Mama's Ignited has begun from my own, and I know I'm using all the terms and stuff, but I'm not being cheesy. It is real. Like literally that spark is real in me. And basically 12 months ago, after the court case, when I was literally on the floor, we went to Centre Parks as a family. I couldn't even smile. I couldn't join in with things. Just looking at my phone gave me panic attacks. It was just horrific. And I joined some wellbeing classes with Emily. And because she was struggling with PTSD as well, we were both diagnosed. And I joined a company called Relax Kids. And originally it was classes for Emily. But when I realised that, because I didn't do anything for me, I didn't do any exercise, yoga, breathing, mindfulness, I'd stopped writing. And writing is my burning passion that I've done for years. I wasn't even writing in my journal. There was no outlet for me. And actually, by going to the classes with Emily that were for her, I realised that I needed it for me.
Yeah,
so
we forget, don't we?
Yeah. So I started to do the things, and I bought the books, and I was doing them with Emily, and it was massage, visualizations, breathing, and I realised I don't know, something just clicked in me. And then I went to a vision boarding session, and my latest one's behind me. My friend took me, and it was March last year, and I thought it was a lot. You were just saying about the moon. I don't understand it all, but my God, it's real. Don't understand it, but
we've had this conversation, haven't we? About I'm not woo at all, but
I'm not woo, but my God, the woo-ness is wooing me at the minute. And I thought it was a load of old hippie, happy, clappy nonsense. But it was a Saturday morning where I had a babysitter, and it was 3 hours away.
I'd be like, yeah, I'll do it. What is it? I'll do it.
3 hours away from being a teacher, being a mum. And I was like, yeah, I'm down for that. Did they serve coffee? There's snacks. I'm going.
If there's coffee, yeah.
Yeah. And this wonderful woman, Tony McKenzie, and I've kept in touch with her, was speaking about the law of attraction. And because I've been like pretty much sofa bound for the previous weeks because of my rock bottom depression, I'd started listening to Audible, and I'd started listening to things about narcissistic abuse, and I'd started listening to The Secret and the law of attraction. And it's not something that I'd ever come across before, and it really resonated with me. And then when I went to this session, Tony McKenzie was speaking about the law of attraction and her story, and I sat and sobbed. And something inside me just changed, and I went and sat, and I'm normally like sit with everyone, talk to everyone. It's not very often I'm quiet, as you've probably seen. And I took my board, it's that board behind me, but it's on the opposite side. I took my board and all my magazines, and I sat in the corner, and I'd been thinking about Relaxed Kids, and I put it down on my board. I'm going to train to be a Relaxed Kids coach, and I put my dream house, and I put this, and I put this, and I put this. And I literally, as cheesy as this sounds, I made a decision that day that I was going to change my mindset, and I was going to start being positive, and whatever was going on in that universe, I wanted a piece of it. So I decided to put myself out there and be positive, and I spoke to Tony. She's put me in touch with her editor. That got me writing again. So because I actually put on my vision board, published author. It's something I've wanted to do since I was a kid. And I had the guts to put it on my vision board. And every single thing on that vision board came true. I managed to do everything. I got my dream house. I published a book, a chapter, but still a published author. I trained as a Relaxed Kids coach, but some of the most powerful ones were like strength, grow, happy, all those keywords that I hadn't felt for like a really long time. And then I could chat all day about it, but how I've ended up here was that night after the vision board session, I was offered a free ticket to Womanifest, which was where I met Dani Wallace. And
the stars aligned.
Yeah. And I heard her speak. And after that, Deep was there, Deep Bajwa, and other people, and Rolling with Lindsay, and I just sat there like this all day. And I said to my friend, I'm going to be on that stage next year. I'm going to stand up on that stage and tell my story and be inspired. It's happening.
Oh my God, you are.
It's not Womanifest, but it reached into my heart, and now I'm doing that for other mums. So it's coming full circle now, because now I've got my own course, Time to Ignite. I've got the Bloomery, which is my group supporting mums. I'm writing a book, I'm launching a podcast. And so Mamas Ignited is basically, if I can do it from the bleakest, darkest point of my life where it was bad. I don't want to go there, but you get what I'm saying.
I can only imagine.
You get what I'm saying. The fact that I had a 5-year-old is the only thing that pulled me through. And if I can do that, anyone can. And I'm all about showing women that they can reinvent themselves. So it doesn't mean you have to start your own business. You have to do this. Reinvention and empowerment. What I mean by that is you've got to start from the inside out and find that belief. And it starts with mindset and making a choice.
And I'm guessing, Louisa, but correct me if I'm wrong, I'm guessing it doesn't have to start with trauma either. It could just be...
No,
you're a mum, and I'm sure, well, I certainly experienced it. I'm sure we all experience it. You kind of lose yourself somewhere in the sleepless nights and the nappies.
100%. Yeah,
and there's nothing bad, like it's not bad. It's just you throw yourself into motherhood, and then you sort of finding your way again. Like what? Because it's it's a different sort of self, isn't it? Just catch up with a couple of these comments because we got a few. Jojo saying released is the word this week. Released.
It really is.
The snacks would have sealed the deal for me too. Yes, or just like time out. Just like The Secret is my secret too. Amy saying you've probably both seen it, but Tony Robbins' "I'm Not Your Guru" on Netflix is about.
I've not seen that. I will.
I haven't watched it actually. I think I have heard of it. I think I will.
I have watched the cheesy secret film.
Jojo, I didn't know that. That happened with me and being inspired.
Yeah, I've heard you saying that you wanted to be up on the stage. Yeah. It's mad. But no, going back to what you were just saying, Danielle, about mums, my group isn't focused on trauma, because this was when I was thinking about what I wanted to do with a business. Because like Caroline Strawson, she's like totally owning it with narcissistic abuse recovery, and I follow her and she's amazing. And I could have gone down that route with narcissistic abuse, because I've actually been married twice to two. Well, I've had another marriage to another narcissist. I know how to pick them, or they know how to pick me. So I could have gone down that route, but actually, my story isn't just that. I know from being a new mum, and I think everything that's going on in the world, we've all got the potential to lose ourselves because of COVID, lockdown, and so on. So.
100%,
my group over on Facebook is The Bloomery, and it's not a share your sad story space. It's all about positivity.
I can imagine it.
I'm enjoying it.
I'm in. I am.
It's all about it's time to relax, ignite, and find your dreams is my tagline. But the thing is everybody has an element of trauma in their lives, unfortunately, in some way, because life's not smooth sailing, is it? We've all been through something that's etched onto us, and sometimes we might not know it. So it could be childhood, it could be past relationships if you've been cheated on, it could be money issues, grief. Now, I'm obviously not a specialist in any of these things, but what I've developed is what is my signature system, based on the 5 elements, and it's called Ignite. So I've created this signature system now, and it's tried and tested by me and groups of women that I've been working with since June last year. And it's focused on mindfulness and well-being, but I've put it together in a structured way that takes you through a process. So it's all in line with the chakras and the elements of the body. So the body's made up of the five elements. So we've got earth, testing my brain now. We've got earth, water, fire, air, and space. And they line through the body with your chakras. So you've got your root chakra, your sacral, your heart, your throat, and your third eye. And it's all lined in together. So it's based on lots of evidence from yoga, from Pilates, from yin and yang, like loads of different belief systems. But I've packaged it up in a way that is accessible to all. So it's not a sort of woo-woo, you've got to be dinging your arms and burning your, it's not about that, because that puts some people off. I'm not dismissing it at all. But my thinking was always meditation's for weirdos. I'm too fat for yoga. I can't bend. Like, I can't do any of those things. So my Ignite classes are designed so that everybody can join in. So basically, I've got a course. It kicks off on International Women's Day. What a day! What a day! And
perfect time.
It's going to start with Ignite Your Vision, and because of that's where my
that's brilliant.
Josephine, amazing. I'll drop all the information in here today. So we start with the most powerful session called Ignite Your Vision, and we go through the Ignite process, but we put together a vision board, and it's all linked around what do you want to do more, be more, and feel more. They're my 3 things you've got to know. And it's not about material. It's not about what you need. it's more about what you want to be and what you want to feel.
Yeah.
And my God, is it empowering to put that down on paper and own it and say, this is what I deserve. This is what I want in my life. And then the course moves on from that. I'll put it all in the link. It's a 5-week program. But I am going to be launching this big style off of the back of Be Inspired, because as you've mentioned, I'm speaking at on Dani's huge platform, Be Inspired, in April. And when this rolls out later in the year, it's going to be up there with I'm chasing at Dani's heels, shall we say. I'm joking. There's plenty of space for us all. But no, I know. I've been working with Lisa Johnson. I've been working with Anna Parker Naples. I'm bringing out podcasts. I know. And
you are doing all the things.
I'm doing all the things. So what I'm looking for here in the Hive, because the Hive is where it all began, I'm looking for some ladies to come and join me on this course. So it's 5 weeks. We've got the Ignite Your Vision. Then you've got 4 weeks of amazing time to relax with the Ignite session. So in an Ignite session, you will start connecting with Earth. So we will do some meditation, self-massage, things that connect the body and just get you grounded and ready to start. So that's like the first 10-15 minutes. Then we move into water, which is flow, and stretching. Oh my God, it's changed my life. Like literally learning how to stretch properly.
You're saying that now and I'm like feeling like, I need to.
I lots of stretches. Like my favorite one, you've been talking about the moon. Oh, you can't see me properly. The moon.
Oh, I like it.
Oh my God, Danielle, it releases. So you hands up to the top and it's
let's all do it. Hands up, everyone.
Crescent moon.
And then just like lean.
Oh my God, it's stretch. You're supposed to be standing really.
Yeah.
But all down here. But it releases anger. It releases.
You can imagine this being clipped, can't you? I was just all like,
it releases anger and frustration. And my God, it resets my brain. When Emily's on one and I'm like, I literally come up on the landing because it's the only place to get a bit of peace and quiet. And I'm like, moon, save me.
Are you supposed to have your hands like together?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I love that.
Yeah.
I'll be like, next time Ellie's on a rant, I'll be like, hang on a minute.
If you want to come in the bloomery, I do all these demonstrations in the broom, in the broomery, not the broom cupboard.
Not the broomery, the bloomery.
This is exactly what I need. Yes, Joe, come and join me. I need.
Yeah, Joe. Yes.
And the exciting. Oh, sorry. Let me carry on. So that's flow. So it's flowing. Oh, she's doing it.
Yes, Josephine.
So that's
hands up, everyone. Who feels better? I feel better.
I feel better, honestly, every time. And I tell you what, one of my favourites is beaming back, going forward and trying to touch the floor. You can't do it at first, but after a few weeks, you're down, hands flat on the floor, and I'm not stretching at all. Anyway, we go through all of this.
Ooh, let's talk to me about that one.
But the most important part of Ignite is the heart chakra, is the fire. Okay? So over this 5-week process, you set yourself goals. We start with the vision board and you think about where you're going to take yourself. And within your heart chakra, this is where I will support and lead and hold you to account with journaling, writing your own affirmations. We'll do some story mapping and look back and try and find some triggers, because writing your story of your life, things that have happened to you, can unearth reasons why you are. And if you are in business, money mindset, not everybody will be on the course, will be in business, but if you are, money
mindset still matters though, doesn't it? Whether you're in business or not.
It does, it really does.
But probably something you wouldn't come across if you weren't in business, so that's cool.
Well, Lisa Johnson, she's like a perfect example. She's made like millions this year, but she still can't spend more than 40 quid on a dress. She shops at Primark and New Look, and that comes from her childhood money mindset of not being able to afford and blow. You know, it really, really does. Anyway, so that process is going to take over the 5 weeks. So after we've done that sort of work, so we start the class with the stretching and the relaxing, then we do some work which is really going inside, and then we end, so it's about an hour and a half, we end the session with air and space. So we do deep breathing, lovely music on, and then a lovely visualization at the end. So it's in the evening, so after it you should be able to be like nice and calm and relaxed and ready for bed. But there's some mega bonuses. I've got woo-woo specialist, because I'm not a woo-woo specialist. I've got Nikki Kinsella coming in talking about the chakras. I've got a lady coming in called Samantha doing fitness first exercise for women. So stuff that you can do at home to keep us moving. And then we've got a private Facebook community with journal prompts. There's just absolutely loads. And
wow.
when it launches off back of Be Inspired, it's going to be its full price. But I'm doing it at an amazing beta price at the minute of $290. And everybody says I'm mad.
Wow.
Everyone says I'm mad. It should be it's like way below half price. It's not, it's stupid. But I know I'm in business and obviously I've got plans, but at the minute I want to connect with so many women. I want to share this because I know I almost would do it for free, but I know that doesn't make pretty practical business. You tell me not to do that. But it feels so strongly and passionate because I just know how much it will change and help. And God, I don't even recognize myself when I look a year ago, and I've done it all myself. And the final thing, and then I'll shut up, is I've written a book as well with Abigail Horn, a microbook, and the book is called Time to Ignite. So it's everything that you learn in the course in a book. So when you finish the course, you've got no excuses to not carry on. So it's like a little pocket book, and it takes you through all the 5 elements, and then you can hold yourself to account and keep being mindful and using your elements. So that's
amazing. So I'm guessing it's like a closed mouths don't get fed.
Yes, it's a little
size,
little micro book, yeah.
Well, we're on the point of books. Can I just point out Dani's book, which I'm kind of excited to it. I have 2 of. We always talk about this, but we don't talk about the fact that is my arm on the front cover of that Amazon bestseller book.
I've got it here.
My arm. Just saying. I mean, nobody talks about that, do they? The brush.
Oh yeah.
I had a hashtag going when the book was coming out called Pending Arm Fame, and I feel like we need to have actual arm fame now. That is my arm. Best-selling book.
Be an arm model. Honestly, all over it.
No prep as well. That just off the cuff, completely.
Well, you've just got the grip. It's perfect, absolutely perfect. But yeah, I'm super excited because I am doing as Abigail Woodhorn was. Abigail, I can't even speak. All the things. I'm doing all the things. I'm doing my micro book first, which is actually coming out in April, ahead of Be Inspired. So if you come to Be Inspired, you will get a free copy of it. It is one of your gifts from me.
Oh my God, amazing.
And Be Inspired, I'm going to be speaking I need scaffolding to hold me up and try and bend down.
I love it, Amy.
Gently, Amy. We'll ease you in gently. We can do an arm lift and arm. Be Inspired. I'm going to be speaking. It's going off. I'm speaking about gender equality, position of women. It's gonna be so good. We'll chat more about that another time. But yeah,
amazing.
All exciting.
Yeah, there's so many more things, Louisa, that I was going to say to you. Hang on. Let's just catch up with a couple of these. We have got a couple of minutes, haven't we? While you've worked with all the powerhouse women, and now you are one. That's lovely. You are indeed. You have worked with all the powerhouse women, and you indeed are a powerhouse of a woman. Absolutely amazing. Amy saying, I'm thinking of queering arm modelling convenient.
I'm all over Amy.
I think your arm needs an agent, Josephine's saying. And Jojo's saying that we've splashed the Friday sass today. Oh, Joe Gilbert, I'll be creating it for you. I do all the interiors and formatting. Ooh, did you know that? Yeah, Joe Gilbert over at thanks for being with us, Joe.
I just need to get out of freeze and finish the damn book. Honestly, I've Dani's thing this week has brought all stuff on me because you still do it. It's like that fear of success. I know that it's imminent. And I said to Dani the other day, stop blowing smoke at my ass. It's not go. And she's like, honestly, it's going to be good. You're brilliant. And I'm like, sometimes I feel like I'm leading this fake life, but it's real and I love it.
No, it's yours and you've created it. Also, if you need a book midwife, I am one of those as well. Also accredited, just saying, in the book as the book midwife. If you do need a book midwife and you decide to give yourself like 2 weeks to write a whole book, like some people do.
Yeah, on it. Well, the big
give
one.
Me a holler.
Well, I'm going to be writing my big book as well. So I've signed up with Abigail. I'm a nutcase. I'm absolute nutcase. But I've got 12 months to do it. So once my little book's out and I've launched my course and I've launched the full version of Time to Ignite will be bigger and better when I launch it after Be Inspired. This is like the small beta version, 5 weeks of us to try it out. I want people to come in, get the benefit of that bargain price, give me some testimonials, and I just want to share it. It's all about the sharing for me at the minute as well. So no pressure. So yeah.
Also, here's some accountability for you. Amy's saying, finish the book, I need it. Yes, Amy. Thanks. There you go.
My dad's the only pre-reader. It's funny, my dad is the total opposite of my ideal reader and my ideal client, but everything goes via dad. So it's not almost there.
Love it. Yeah, you've got to have a few, haven't you? You've got to have a few people, trusted people. So it's 10:08 and you went, make sure I go at 10:08. So I will let you go. There's so many things that I could chat to you about, and I'm sure we'll chat again, Louisa. And if not, I will see you in real, actual life in April.
But yeah, if you want to find out more, my Facebook page is Mamas Ignited. I'm on Instagram, Mamas Ignited. I've got my group on Facebook, The Bloomery. Usually I've got no makeup on and look like death. Sometimes I'm shaking pom-poms, but it's all good. Everyone's welcome.
What about the ironing? We didn't even mention the ironing board. And you'll have to go over to The Bloomery and find out.
Get onto the ironing board. I'll leave that as my parting comment.
Okay.
An ironing board is a surfboard that gave up on its dreams and got a boring job. Don't be an ironing board.
I love it. Thanks so much, Louisa. It's been absolutely brilliant having you this morning. Please put all the links in, or we'll get Wallis to put all the links in, because I'm sure that everybody wants to come and find you and find out more about this brilliant course. I know I do. And yeah, good luck with it all, and we'll catch up soon.
It's been lovely.
Not at all. Bye. Oh, wasn't that fab? I felt like I could have talked to her all day. A shame she had to run. But yeah, let me just catch up with a few more comments. Oh, Josephine saying, what's a book midwife? No, not sure whether it's a real thing or not. It might be a real thing, and I'm just calling myself one. I was by Dani's side, helping her birth the book. Everybody needs somebody in labour, don't they, helping them to get through it. And it's like that. A book is a labour of love. I have actually seen somebody call themselves a book midwife, and now I'm a little bit worried that it's a real thing, and I'm kind of just pretending that I am one. But Dani did call me her book midwife, so I'm taking it. So I'm not sure if it's a real thing, but I absolutely loved doing it, and it was an absolute privilege. So if anybody does want a book midwife, I am totally here for it. Jojo saying, bring in the thinking fairies, Louisa, to shoo the mind monkeys off. You've got this. She has totally got this. Totally got this. Jojo's excited for Be Inspired. Jojo is one of our speakers at Be Inspired too. Amy, I bloody love that. Love it. Joe Gilbert, love it. A book midwife is definitely a thing. Oh, thank you, Jojo. Love it. So yeah, I'm just taking that one. But it was fun. It was an amazing thing to be a part of. So thank you so much to everyone that joined me this morning. We've had loads of comments. It's been a good week in the hive this week. I hope you're all feeling good, and I hope you carry this momentum on into the weekend and into next week. Yeah, so just the other thing from me is don't forget that the doors to Move Be are open. So that is the programme happening. Amazing thing that we've launched on the back of the challenge that we've done this week. So if any of that challenge has resonated with you and you've thought that you'd like to do a little bit more of that, it is a really, really accessible way to work with Dani and get a bit of Dani in your life. And you can see from the vibe of the people that were in the last cohort that came into the challenge and into the live on Monday that it's just such a vibe. It's a really, really good vibe, a really good thing to do. Whatever stage you're at, please do. So if you want more information about that, it's iamthequeenbee.co.uk/movebe, or jump in Dani's inbox or my inbox, or have a chat, or pop along in the hive, whatever you need to do if you want to have a little chat about it or anything like that. But open to that. Obviously, also go and check out Louisa's if you're a mama who needs igniting. And I'm sure after lockdown and everything, it's just something that we can do that is going to bring us joy, give us some space, and ignite us within the confines of how we're living at the minute, although we're peeking out, which is really exciting. Then yeah, we'll pop all the links all the links in for that for everybody. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to leave you to a sunny Friday. Happy Friday, new moon vibe. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will catch you soon. Love you. Bye.